All right, so that looks good, and the mic looks like it's picking up. So, um, I think we're good to go. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm back, and it is Thursday night. So, a little bit longer stream, and then I'm probably gonna be taking a break in about an hour to go eat, and then hang out for a bit. But then I'll be back, and then it'll be kind of more like my normal time. But um, so yeah, this is another night of working on the Gloomspite Gitz project. So so yeah, I had been doing games on this channel, but I finally got my setup to a point where I was like, I really think I can do a setup that would work well for Warhammer models, which I've been just doing as like a side hobby, and so I've been doing it the last 2 nights, and I've actually had a lot of fun doing it. So so I'm gonna keep at it, unless I change my mind. So but yeah, so right now we're just working still on constructing stuff, and this is actually the last thing that I am looking to construct from the army, because the other two things, they're not going to be coming in until probably like, I think in 2 weeks we probably will put them together. So this will be the last thing that we're putting together, which is the faction terrain. It's pretty clear that this is the faction terrain, but so we'll put this together, and then we might actually end up priming some stuff tonight. So so I've got my airbrush station set up, so I'll go no mic for that, just because it's noisy. It's just going to be lo-fi and airbrushing, but I'll pay attention to the chat if people jump in and want to talk. But yeah, that should be cool. And then once we get those primed, I gotta wait 24 hours before doing the azimuth, so that might be another thing. So if I still have some time, which I don't know if we're gonna get there, but then I've got some stuff to paint, so it'll be my first time actually painting on stream. So anyways, that's the plan. So I'm just gonna get to it. So the last thing we had done was kind of put this like mossy roots over here that like overlooks the mouth of the cave. So I was looking at the way the glue kind of came down on some of this stuff. I definitely feel like I kind of wanted to get some like liquid green stuff and then put it over this before we prime this terrain. So that's gonna need to be something I need to buy. I've actually never done that before, so or you know, I have green stuff. Yeah, maybe that's something to do. Yeah, I guess I could just do the green stuff tonight too. Okay, so I'm gonna do all this, and then I'll maybe pull out the green stuff if I can find it. I have it somewhere. Um, but yeah. Anyways, so I've got the instructions over here. And yeah, we're on this one because it's lots of mushrooms. Um, the next couple of steps. So we need 11 and 10. Normally I have the camera quite a bit lower than this. But this terrain feature is so big that I actually had to like get the set up the camera a little bit higher so that it could actually fit underneath there. So I hope the focus is all right. But it's well, it's gonna be a thing while I'm working on this. I don't want to like constantly be readjusting. mold lines on this one. Those ones I definitely will probably say, like, unless someone's really, really paying attention, they're not gonna notice too much. But it's gonna be in a shaded section too. So, okay, so these guys are done. I think. Okay. So those go there, and these ones go here. They both seem to fit fine, so not too worried here. Some mold lines. Okay. All right, so that's one piece of the cave floor. And then right, so I think one of these pieces I think this one goes like in here. Like that. And then the other one goes in here. Like round it out. But we will wait until we do the other one before we slide those in. So we'll put this off to the side for a second. And then move on to step 7. So it's same deal, just mushrooms and then the base of the terrain. So it's part 13. So it's probably it. Yeah, 13. Okay. And then part 12, which is this guy here. I'm going to do a quick UC check on video. Yeah, focus looks like. Cool. hey, what's up, Chris P. Bacon? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, and Gloomspite is AOS. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's Age of Sigmar. It's basically like you took the grots from 40k, um, and made a faction with that, and then a bunch of squigs and trolls, and that's basically it. So yeah, which is basically what the army is going to be. Is it's sort of like three parts. There's one that's the squig part, and one that's the goblin part, and the other that is trolls. So the thing I'm working on right now is the faction terrain for it. So it kind of serves as like a respawn point for some of them. But yeah, also welcome to chat. Little green guys, yeah. No, I think they're probably one of the more fun factions in Sigmar, which is kind of why I liked them. I liked orcs from 40k for the same reason. They're just kind of fun. So, in an insane, brutal kind of way. But okay, so I've got this. I think. Okay. Okay, that seems to fit. All right, so we'll just go straight to gluing it. The Seraphon are my faction of choice. I'll be buying both spearheads once I finish my 40k army. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, I think the Seraphon are awesome. Um, I have a spearhead over here that I think I haven't decided whether it's something I want to work on stream. I kind of think I might save it for like if I'm down at the shop at like the hobby table putting it together. But they're such cool models. So, what 40k army are you working on? Okay, so we have this. Okay, so that's step 7. Is that second piece of base. So we have the 2, and then I think the next part is just gluing. So yeah, we have this from step 6, and this from step 7, and then we're just taking one and putting it in here, and the other and putting it in there. So dinosaurs writing. Yeah, it's right. Dinosaurs writing dinosaurs. Like it's double dinosaur. Like how can you go wrong? Um, a whole ass 5. My 40k army is world eaters. Yeah, also awesome. I was just reading. It's 30k, not 40k, but I was reading the third Horus Heresy book, or I'm reading through it. Just like the first time the world eaters like really show up and are described, and like they're something. So I can imagine the 40k version is even worse. So okay, so this one kind of slides in here. Yeah, so this one it's probably not going to show up very well because but I should, because it's like kind of flat on the surface, but yeah, we're just gonna be putting glue in here. And then that one slides really easily in there. And I'm not so much worried about it, like the glue coming up over the edges there as coming down underneath, because I don't want to glue it to the mat, or whatever I'm letting it cure on. So, but that seemed to fit in there pretty nicely. Yeah, kind of cool looking cave. All right, and then this piece should just go in like this. Oh yeah, that practically locked in there. So is it supposed to be an angry looking moon? That's yes. Yeah, it's the bad moon, and it's actually like the center, pretty center to the lore of the faction. Um, but basically it's like this moon that in the Age of Sigmar universe passes like once every one, like kind of out of nowhere. It'll just show up, and when it passes over, it's like, I don't know if you ever heard of the whole like full moon thing where weird stuff happened on a full moon. It's like that on steroids. Like the moon comes out, the bad moon comes out, and then people start acting crazy. Bad things start happening, and in particular, these Gloomspite Gitz, like they live in these underground lairs, and they worship the bad moon. And when it comes out, that's when they come up from underground. So this is kind of like, I mean, I suppose like what it's supposed to be is like, this is like the mouth of the cave that the grots would come out of, and then they just like put a massive shrine to the bad moon on top of it. But that's my best way of getting it. There's probably something I got wrong there. So all my instincts would be to paint it to look like I think that's pretty on the mark with like box art. I think most people paint it yellow. So I don't think I've painted any of them except on the shields for the grot so far, because I've mostly been working on the trolls. I can give me one sec. Yeah, like this is one of the infantry units I was working on. And so this one I painted it yellow. And then I had another unit of them, so I painted them differently, and I went with red, but I think yellow is what most people go with. Probably some cool examples in here. Yeah, so you can see like in this one, it's got the yellow moon, but I haven't quite decided yet. So I think with this one, like on the shrine, it looks like stone to me. So I think I'm gonna do this like maybe like red rock stone, and then this one more of like a granite type thing. But we'll see. Or maybe like something yellowish. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I think the big colors for this army are gonna be purple and yellow, so I'm trying to stick to that, but we'll see how it comes together. Okay, so I got those pieces in there. So what's next? More mushrooms. Okay. So I got mushrooms here and here and here. In here and here and here. So I just have a lot of mushrooms to clean. Yeah. So do you play the tabletop game at all, or is it you mostly into painting? Mm. Keeping them off to the side here on top of the instructions because I don't want to get them mixed up. The big mushrooms I think are probably easy enough to tell apart from each other because they're very unique shapes, but and two small mushrooms. Well, we'll see. But I could see them being a kind of a pain if I got them mixed up. So. Just these tiny guys. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a screw up on my part. I got a little too aggressive trimming that. So now we have a very, very pointy mushroom. Just lean into it. Yeah. Okay. All right, real quick. I gotta check something. Be right back. Normally, like, removing the mold lines isn't my favorite part, but these particular mushroom stalks, because they're so smooth, um, it's actually not so bad. You can definitely see these, like, this purple is one of our main colors. Um, like this being kind of like a pastel indigo color. The pastel ones have always been kind of tricky when I've used them, like kind of finicky in how they come down. So I'll have to think about it, but yeah, I could just see this being like kind of a deep purple, and then underneath here, yeah, just kind of like a pastel purple that goes down here. That looking kind of cool. Lots of little bumps on these guys that you can sort of have to navigate around. Now I'm just kind of getting into these mold lines that are in the middle pieces. Definitely takes a lot of time, but I think it's worth it. It's, they're very cool looking pieces. I wouldn't want to rush through it because I think they'll add a lot of color. And like aesthetically, these stocks are kind of cool because they're very smooth flowing, and so it's I think it's worth the time getting the mold lines off. I'd do it anyways, but I'm not the type to skip if I can see it, but. That's clean. All right, so one more to go. This one's not only has 3 mushrooms, 2 big ones and 1 small. And then we have 2 much smaller sets of mushrooms, and then we're good for step 9. They've definitely been the most detailed one so far. I think once I put all of this together, I'm gonna do green stuff, and then we'll probably give it some time to cure. So if somehow I get all of this done, tonight, then I'll probably just paint, work on the Troggoths, because I'm midway through painting those, and we'll save. I was actually thinking it probably makes the most sense to do the basing and the azimuth after the other units come in, so the fanatics. So I'll probably wait on that one. And actually, I'm gonna step away for a bit, so I'm gonna take a break, and I will be back. I don't know. I'd give it like, what time is it now? Probably like 10 o'clock. 10:10. So until then, I'll keep the Wi-Fi music or the lo-fi music on. But yeah, I'll see anyone watching then. Cheers. Okay. All right. So I am back. My wife just got back home, and then we brought back some Thai food. So it's like my bi-weekly ritual of young coconut fried rice. That's really good. So yeah, I think, yeah, we're just finishing up these mushrooms here. So let's see, it's 10:15. So yeah, I used the full 45 minutes there. But yeah, so it should just be me streaming this the rest of the night. I mean, that gives us like 2 more hours, so I should be able to finish this thing tonight and maybe get some great stuff on it. And then that'll be it until Sunday. So if I keep with the old stream schedule. Okay. So yeah, we're working on this guy. Okay, so just two very small pieces to do. It's a very, very small piece. We kind of flubbed up. Um, so we just cut off a little bit too much trying to clean off the trim the gates, and so we just kind of made the end of the mushroom a little bit more pointy to at least make it consistent. So anyway, so we got this guy here, and then these pieces are definitely should be done curing. So I'll move the camera back up. That. Because it's so big, it doesn't really fit in the screen otherwise. So, and then we'll start gluing these mushrooms onto here. So the first one is this guy, and it points to I think right along here. Oh, right there. Okay. That was way off. Right, but it does fit nicely once we found the actual correct spot. the second one right here. Definitely a lot of glue came out the sides there, which I'm not too worried about because I think with stuff that's a little bit more organic, I don't mind as much if the glue kind of sticks out from the sides or if it's like dirt or something. I guess the texture would be a little bit off, but doesn't concern me too much. And then this guy goes right here, kind of near the mouth of the cave. God, yes, this is coming together. It's looking really cool. Everything fits together really nicely. Painting this is going to be very interesting. Alright, so this one is going to go right there. Trickier. It only has this like little L-shaped depression there that it fits into, which okay, there we go. I think I got the fit right. So many things hanging off of it now. I gotta be careful not to knock them off moving it around. Okay, and then we got the really small pieces. Okay, looks like they'll be pretty easy to fit. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we got those mushrooms there along the bad moon. And then that's it for step 9. Put this guy off to the side. They're all on one side of it, so I'm assuming that there's probably a lot on the other side. Final 2 pages. All right. So step 10 is take these little mushrooms and then put them onto a bigger set of mushrooms, and then that's step 10. And step 11 is a lot more complicated, but yeah, so step 11, well, I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there. I'll take the small steps when I can. So 27 and 26. This is 26. Twenty-seven is just this small one right here. I'm gonna take another quick break. Sorry about that. I just have to step away for a couple of minutes, and then when I get back, we'll work on these guys. And just gonna grab the glove. Okay. All right. So let's do the small one first. This part's important because it's going to be where the glue goes down on, I think. Same deal here. That's on the anchor. Make sure we get all of that trimmed off so it fits right. This piece in particular has really prominent mold lines, so. Okay. Why does it keep doing this? Okay. I'm gonna look up something real quick. That's driving me nuts. It keeps my phone keeps trying to connect to the to my computer with Wi-Fi and not plugged directly in. they say in their documentation, like, USB is the way to go if you're streaming. I don't know. I'll probably send them a message or something and be like, why does it keep doing this? Because it disconnects the camera, which is super annoying. Okay. I mean, maybe it would just be better to turn off Wi-Fi for my phone. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try that. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but perfect. All right, I shouldn't have issues with that now. If there's anyone watching, sorry for that. My third Warhammer stream, and the phone camera setup is still kind of new to me. I was just trying to be too helpful. Okay, so these two glued together. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. This stock has a very long mold line running across it that I didn't see. So we have that, and then we go to step 11, which is more mushrooms. So many more mushrooms. So that's the piece that we were just working on here. And then 1, 2, 6 more. So basically it's just like the other side of the shrine. All right, so basically like 21 to 25. We're gonna be clipping off. Oh. Okay. Good. Two. We're almost done with that sprue. All we have left are the skeleton dude and his little home that hangs off the side of this. So, all right, and then 20 is this guy right here. I'm gonna guess and say this is 25, and it is. Okay. Probably 4 then. And then after this, we're just down to the skeletons. So you're coming in on the home stretch. Okay. Wow. That might be the biggest chunk tonight I've left on. get the feeling there's probably like one gate that I missed, one or two. It just has to be with six pieces like that. And this late into the stream. I feel like at the beginning of the stream, it takes a little while to get warmed up. And then the middle of the stream is like golden. And then toward later in the night, it kind of is like, it's hard to tell because you're like so in the zone. But it starts to drop off again. All right. So now, let's see these mold lines. These guys have some of the most intense mold lines. It's all right.
set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result. Through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
I was thinking like, unfortunately, because I had a lot of time to think about mushrooms. Um, Unfortunately, due to their shape, they're like got this radial symmetry, so they're like the seam line is almost always gonna run right around them, and because mushrooms are so smooth, like there's no hiding those. So, on top of the fact that these are just very long, skinny stalks, which is cool. I really like how they look. And I think they're gonna be, if I can get the painting on them right, I think they'll look really good. But wow, a lot of prep work. There are some seam lines there that I haven't got, but I think for the big stuff I did. So now we can glue them onto the shrine. Here we go. Okay. Right, so here's where we're at with the shrine. We just put a set of mushrooms here, which actually probably have cured by now. They feel pretty set in place. We've got the bases here, so we got like the little cave in there. But this one is shockingly bare, so um, we're gonna fix that with lots of mushrooms and glue, and that comment definitely requires context. So, okay, did I put? Yeah, okay, I put these off to the side. So, all right, first one we'll do these like little guys, which I guess go right here. Tweezers. This one probably could use some tweezers. Oh, okay. Those have set in nicely. And it actually, interestingly enough, covers up a lot. Kind of hides that seam there. So, I mean, I think still would want to put like green stuff here and like down here. But it definitely looks better that way. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. All right. So the next one is we got these guys here. And they go here. Sweet. these guys, some of the longer stocks, and those. Yeah, this one I really wish they kind of were a bit more, kind of give a better angle on where it's supposed to go, because the picture's not great. It's okay. Shows it higher up, like kind of around here, but I just don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna focus on the other ones for the time being. All right, so this one. Goes right there. You know what? Is that it? I think I saw it. Okay. Does it go right there? Yes. All right, and then these little guys go. It's hard to get in there. Let's see if we can do it with tweezers. Yeah, that is definitely a tweezer job. Okay. Let's get some glue. I wouldn't even be able to get my hands in there. So the one that I was just doing was this guy right here. And so, yeah, you just kind of like have to sit it into the crux between those two rocks. It's just one piece right there. So fortunately it fits in really, all of them fit in really nicely. It's just you got to find like weir on the rock. It's mounted and like the instructions are like the one I was struggling with was this one here, and the arrow is just kind of like there. I think it was more down here where it actually was mounted, and then this one is just kind of like just back here somewhere. So sometimes I think they do this intentionally, like the challenge is just part of the game. It's fine by me. So okay, so we got this guy. Pretty easily. This was that piece that we worked on a while back. So that one will go right here. All right. This is like the most easily breakable model, short of just the Tree Lord. And the Tree Lord is like such a finicky model to deal with, but this one has so many little, not little mushrooms, big mushrooms sticking out of it. And like this piece here that definitely want to give it its time to cure. This is going to be a whole lot of fun to paint though. It's going to be like a clinic on painting mushrooms for sure. So because there's so many different color combinations there, so hopefully with like the other figures we'll get a little bit of practice and like kind of get a feel on what we want to do color wise before we get to this one. But yeah, we'll see. So we're almost done with this model. I think, what are we doing on time? Okay, yeah, I think I can push to the finish on this. There was more stuff we're gonna do with like green stuff, so we'll get there. But Okay. Step 12 is to put together the skeleton cage. Oh, it's just 3 pieces. Yeah, we're definitely gonna finish this tonight. Okay, that's easy. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right, we were gonna do step 12, so we need parts 29 and 30. Up here, I still need to finish trimming this. All right, I just dropped a piece, so I gotta find that. Hold on. Figure out how to actually get these guys together. So the one with the skull goes here. That goes together like that. Ah, okay. Two very light pieces, so sorry that I kind of couldn't get that one in the frame. Just wanted to make sure that they were aligned. Okay, and then a little haste. Let's get this other piece 28 onto there. So I think there's a little bit of glue that overlaps, so preferably we'll use that to connect these guys before it dries. Let's get some glue. Oh, shoot, I'm supposed to do that on the thing. Right, okay. First run. So let's pull them apart. They're already starting to seal into each other. Okay. Is that even on camera? No. Of course not. Okay. There it is. First skeleton cage. That's kind of cool. Who says Warhammer doesn't have movable parts? So all day long. Okay. That's the first skeleton cage. I was wrong. There has to be another instruction because I could see them. Oh, there's 4 more steps. Yeah. So we got to put the skeleton on the bottom of the cage, then put the bars over him, and then another bar over him, and then another bar over him. Okay. Sure, why not? And then I will allow myself to sleep. Good news is 1 sprue down, so on to the final one. Then we got a skeleton dude. We're gonna call him Steven. All right, so we take this guy and, sorry, it's not this guy, Steve. And Steve is gonna sit right there. Okay. Easy enough. Okay. That looks pretty good. So it's gonna be kind of awkwardly like that. And then we're gonna take 33, which is this one here, and we're gonna put it right over the top of Steve. Also with a little bit of haze, because I put glue somewhere I shouldn't have put it again. And I'm worried it might dry, so. So it goes like, ah, I see. Okay. There's like that piece there. And then those two. Okay. So I can put the glue down now. Oh no. Oh no. Everything's falling apart. Steve is rejecting his new home. Okay. Nope. It came back together. Everything's okay. Okay. That's a little... Oh, yeah. Oh, this is rough. This is very finicky. There we go. That's what I need. And then that kind of fell into place. Can we push it a little further in? I don't want to break anything. Everything seems to be fitting so fine. Okay, we're just going to put that to the side. And then 2 more pieces. So 35. Don't have to rush this as much because or I need to tell myself I don't need to rush this as much because I didn't prematurely glue anything into place this time that I know of. So that can be fixed. Okay. All right. Steve, almost there. Okay, so this one. Where does it go? Oh, God. Okay. Right by his leg, too. Okay. Oh, is it on a different... Oh, okay. Well, there we go. See, I put glue in the wrong place again. Of course it did. All right. Okay, now I need... Now I'm rushing again. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Steve. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna just say that that's okay. And we'll find out in a moment when I try and put together the last piece of the shrine. Number 34. Okay. So let me get this set up beforehand. Okay. So we just got to get Steve in his new cage on this second ring here. We have to glue into place. Of course we do. But it's not that big of a deal. Oh my god. Oh, there was some glue there. Oh boy. It almost accidentally glued into place. So, alright. Let's just do this. Let's go for it. Okay, so glue goes there. And then maybe some more there. And then here, here, and there. Oh, oh, no, we should do some there too. Right there. Okay. Oh no. Oh, this is rough. That was very rough. Okay, I think that's fine. And this guy might not swing around so well because I put a little bit too much glue there, so maybe I shouldn't have done that, but this one's great. This one, Steve's a little stuck, so but altogether, I think that worked out okay. So, uh, yeah, there we go. Cool. There we go. Oh, another sprue done. And that's it. That's the Badminton Moonshine. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then we'll see if we can like get that fixed. But altogether, like it is a really cool model. I think it's gonna be a hell of a thing to paint, that's for sure. Yeah, pretty epic. So most of the time I think it's just been on the mushrooms. They're very time consuming because of the mold lines and everything. The skeletons didn't take too long. They're just little more finicky. And so we'll see. Yeah, it's just like sticking straight out because yeah, the glue when I put it on there like immediately dripped into that hole. So the plastic's gonna kind of fuse together. So I'm thinking maybe once it hardens, I can just push it until it breaks. Oh hey, what's up, Kaisel? Yeah, so this is the last constructed one until yeah, the fanatics get in. So um so I think I was thinking about going and airbrushing the primer on Sunday or Monday when I stream next. But I think what I'm going to do actually is just get back to painting the stuff that I already have done azimuth. And that way I don't have to set up the whole airbrush station again when the fanatics come in. So, which on last time I saw, checked, it was like September 2nd. So it's going to be a couple weeks, um, which is cool. I need to start painting my Arachnaroclus. Okay, cool. So you've been playing as a spider gets then. Also, welcome to the stream. So to chat. That was an exciting finish. So with Steve the skeleton. Um, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the painting though. So oh, so you're putting together. Have you started working on the models yet, or are you just kind of like planning out what you want to do with the army? Okay, so I think models are all put together, just trying to decide on basing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think if I grabbed one of the based ones or not, but basing, I got this from Pro Acryl, which is a little dark, and then I also got the Astro Granite as like kind of a lighter one. So I know I'm gonna do that for some of the bases, but it's gonna be new for me doing caverns and like caves. But I'm gonna do those all at once, so which might be cool because then I'll can work on like making mushrooms and stalagmites. So Duncan Rhodes has a video actually about that kind of basing specifically, so I'm gonna definitely give that a watch. As I want some rather crazy basing. A lot of dead trees and logs, a lot of rocks and mushrooms, still unsure. Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I love bases that go all in. And I think like, are you thinking like a kind of like swamp vibe to it? Um, More like a forest type thing. Because I got the swamp basing with Greed Stuff World, and it was actually pretty good. Um, it's all I could pull it out some other time, but yeah. Anyways, okay, I'm trying to think if there's yeah, so that'll be it for tonight. And then next time I'm on, like I said, I think it'll be I might do a little bit of green stuff with like these gaps here. And then otherwise that I think it'll be painting until I get to nest. Okay, sorry, I thought it's a dark forest, some type sort of nest. Cool. I like that dark forest too. Makes me think of one of the zones in World of Warcraft. One by Elwyn Forest, but it's been a while. Uh so anyways, yeah. But yeah, I think it'll probably be Sunday is the next time I stream. And so yeah, as I was saying like earlier, my plan is to like with this, now that I've got this setup to stream Warhammer and stuff, is to just focus on this project. Like I might do other things on the side, but I really wanted to like see through this whole army. I just like the idea of doing it, just focusing on one in particular. So that happens to be the Gloomspite Gitz. So we'll be back at the speed painting on on Sunday, and then yeah, lots more to do. Um, so yeah, for anyone watching, thanks for checking out the channel. Kaisel, it's good seeing you in chat here at the end, and then earlier I think it's gonna be buried. Yeah, no worries, man. It's fun. I'm glad that I've got the setup. Oh, Chris P. Bacon, it's good seeing you in earlier too. I'm not sure if you're still there. And then yeah, for anyone watching on video on demand, I usually start streaming 9:30 Pacific. So tonight I started a little bit early, but then I go to a little bit after midnight. So if you want to check me out, you can find my stream on 2Max Odyssey on Twitch. Which the video should have the link on it. So until next time, wherever you're at, have a good evening or night or morning. And I will see you guys all later. Cheers.